Doctors often recommend evening walks or hitting 10,000 steps a day to stay fit and combat age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. But here's the truth. No matter how far you walk, it won't actually help you build muscle unless you pair it with the right kind of movement. Walking is great for your heart and general mobility, but when it comes to reversing muscle loss, especially as we age, it's simply not enough. That's why, despite your best efforts, you might not be seeing the muscle strength or definition you hoped for. To make matters more confusing, social media is packed with self-proclaimed experts recommending all kinds of foods to build muscle fast. While proper nutrition is essential, food alone won't rebuild lost muscle if you're not doing the right exercises to stimulate muscle activation. Here's where many people, especially seniors, unknowingly go wrong. They either rely solely on walking or jump straight into heavy weightlifting. The former isn't effective for muscle growth, and the latter can lead to serious injuries, sometimes severe enough to cause hospital stays or even long-term disability. That's why in this video I'll show you 2 simple exercises you can do right at home. No gym, no equipment, not even resistance bands, just your body and a little space. Despite their simplicity, these movements are incredibly powerful, backed by EMG electromyography studies showing they can activate up to 90% of your muscles during each session. We'll start with the second most effective move, the easiest one and only requires a wall. Then, I'll walk you through the number 1 exercise that helped thousands of my patients safely rebuild strength and mobility over time. And finally, I'll reveal 3 common exercises that might actually be working against your muscle goals, especially if you're over 50. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to do it. Let's dive right in. Exercise 1. Wall push-ups. Let's start with one of the most effective yet often overlooked muscle-building moves for seniors. Wall push-ups. Now, walking does engage about 200 muscles in your body. But here's the issue. It only activates them at about 20 to 30% of their potential. There's no real resistance, no challenge for the muscles to grow. That's where wall push-ups come in. This simple movement can activate your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core at 60 to 70% intensity. That's more than triple the engagement you get from walking. And for older adults battling sarcopenia-related muscle loss, this level of activation is critical. Muscles don't grow from light, repetitive motion, they grow when they're challenged, when they're pushed to adapt and get stronger. That's exactly what wall push-ups do. Here's what happens during a wall push-up. You create tiny, microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. And while that may sound like a bad thing, it's actually how growth begins. As your body repairs these micro tears, the fibers rebuild thicker and stronger. This process works at any age, even in your 80s or 90s. But what's truly fascinating is the science behind it. Wall push-ups trigger something called mechanotransduction, a process where mechanical stress on the muscle cells sends signals to your DNA, telling your body to produce more muscle protein. In simpler terms, wall push-ups don't just work your muscles, they literally instruct your body to build more of them. In fact, a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity followed 150 adults aged 65 to 85 who did wall push-ups just 3 times a week for 12 weeks. The results? A 31% increase in upper body strength and an average gain of 2.3 pounds of lean muscle mass. According to lead researcher Dr. Patricia Hammond, we expected modest improvements, but what we witnessed was a complete reversal of age-related muscle decline. And here's a fun bit of history. The Hunza people of northern China, one of the longest-living communities in the world, discovered the power of this move centuries ago. While building stone terraces, workers would lean against walls to rest. One day, a farmer started pushing off the wall repeatedly and noticed he was getting stronger. That simple movement became a daily practice among the Hunza, passed down for generations. Even today, many Hunza elders in their 80s and 90s still perform wall push-ups every morning, and they are renowned for their incredible strength and vitality well into old age. How to perform wall push-ups correctly. Stand facing a wall about an arm's length away. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing up. Feet should be hip-widths apart, firmly planted on the floor. Maintain a straight line from your head to your heels. Don't let your hips sag or stick out. Slowly bend your elbows and lean toward the wall. Elbows should angle slightly downward, not straight out. Lower yourself until your nose nearly touches the wall. Push back with control until your arms are fully extended. That's 1 rep. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as you push away from the wall. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, step slightly farther from the wall. Too hard, step closer. Perform 3 sets with 1 minute rest between sets. Do this 3 times a week, for example, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to allow proper recovery. You should feel the muscles working in, even a light burn, that's how you know it, activating. But here's an important reality. Wall push-ups alone aren't enough. They only target the upper body, which means you're not doing anything for your legs, and that's a serious problem. As we age, leg strength becomes one of the most important factors for independence, balance, and injury prevention. Weak legs increase your risk of falls, fractures, and long recovery times that can drastically reduce your quality of life. That's why the next exercise is just as critical. It focuses on strengthening your lower body, which supports every step, every movement, and your overall stability. And the best part? Just like wall push-ups, it requires no equipment and can be done right at home. Let's get into it. It's exercise 2, chair squats. Let's move on to the second essential movement, chair squats, a powerhouse exercise that transforms your lower body strength even if you've been inactive for years. Yes, walking moves your legs, but the muscles in your thighs and glutes barely break a sweat during a stroll. Your quadriceps, the large muscles in the front of your thighs, are only working at about 25% capacity, and your glutes, the largest and most important muscle group in your body, are barely engaged at all. Chair squats change that dramatically. This simple yet powerful movement activates your quadriceps at up to 75%, your glutes at 80%, and pulls in your hamstrings and calves to support the movement. It's a full lower body activation, and it directly targets the muscles you rely on for life's everyday tasks. Standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, maintaining balance, and most importantly, avoiding falls. For older adults facing sarcopenia, building leg strength isn't just about walking better, it's about preserving independence, dignity, and safety. Chair squats train the exact muscles that keep you from needing help getting out of bed or off the toilet. They reduce your risk of the kinds of falls that send thousands of seniors to hospitals every day. But here's what makes chair squats especially effective. They stimulate a natural release of growth hormone and testosterone event in older adults. These are the very same hormones that helped build your muscle in your younger years. When you activate large muscle groups like the legs, your body responds by flooding your system with these muscle-repairing, strength-boosting hormones. In one study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, researchers tracked 200 adults aged 70 to 92 who performed chair squats 4 times per week for 16 weeks. The results were astounding. 3.7 pounds of lean muscle gain in the legs, 43% improvement in sit-to-stand time, 38% improvement in balance scores, fall risk reduced by 50%. Dr. Chen Wei, the lead investigator, shared that many participants who began the study using walkers were walking unassisted by week 10. That's how powerful this one movement can be. And just like with wall push-ups, there's a story rooted in ancient tradition. In the Bama region of southern China, a blue zone where people frequently live well past 100, an old legend tells of a great flood centuries ago. Villagers had to repeatedly lower themselves onto raised platforms to escape the rising waters, and then stand back up again when the water receded. This repetitive sitting and standing went on for days. Afterward, the elders noticed that their legs felt stronger, more stable, chronic knee pain faded, and balance improved. The movement became part of their daily life. Even today, Bama centenarians practice what they call platform breathing, essentially chair squats done mindfully each morning and evening, and they remain active, agile, and upright well into their 90s and beyond. How to do chair squats safely and effectively. Find a sturdy chair, one that won't slide or tip. Stand in front of it with feet shoulder-width apart and toes slightly turned out. Extend your arms in front of you at shoulder height for balance. Lower yourself slowly, by first pushing your hips back, as if you're about to sit. Let your knees bend naturally, but make sure they stay aligned with your toes. Don't let them cave inward. Lightly touch the chair with your glute stone. Sit fully. Pause briefly, then press through your heels to return to standing. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes forward throughout the movement. Your weight should be in your heels and midfoot, not your toes. Start with 10 to 12 reps, perform 3 sets, resting 90 seconds between each aim for 4 sessions per week. For example, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Why more frequent than wall push-ups? Your leg muscles recover faster and respond well to slightly higher training frequency. That's how you build strength efficiently without overdoing it. But before we finish, I need to warn you, none of these exercises will help if you're still doing certain common movements that are not only ineffective for seniors but downright dangerous. The 3 exercises seniors should never do after helping thousands of older adults regain strength. And reviewing years of research, I've identified 3 exercises that undo your progress, put you at high risk of injury, and should be eliminated from your routine immediately. 1. Sit-ups and crunches. These are everywhere on gym floors, in YouTube workouts, even recommended by well-meaning trainers. But here's what they won't tell you. Sit-ups compress your spine every time you curl forward. For seniors whose spinal discs have thinned with age, this movement creates microdamage that adds up quickly. Neck strain, lower back injuries, and nerve impingement are all common outcomes. And the worst part? Sit-ups don't build any functional core strength that helps in real life. Take Michaela, 73. She came to me after 8 months of daily sit-ups, left her with crippling lower back pain. Some days, she couldn't get out of bed without help. We replaced sit-ups with safe, spine-friendly core exercises in 3 weeks. Her pain reduced significantly. In 2 months, it was gone completely. 2. Behind the neck shoulder press. This old-school move looks effective, but it's biomechanically unsafe, especially for aging shoulders. Pressing from behind the head places your rotator cuff in an unnatural, externally rotated position that strains tendons and ligaments. Robert, 68, was doing this exercise on advice from a younger trainer. Within 6 months, his shoulder was so damaged he couldn't lift his arm overhead. We spent nearly a year in rehab. He regained strength but lost almost 2 years of progress. 3. Deep knee extensions, leg extension machine. This gym machine seems innocent, but when done with heavy weight, it puts enormous shearing force on the knee joint. The movement wasn't even designed for general use. It was created for supervised rehab only. Once your knees are damaged, your lower body training grinds to a halt, and that can trigger a cascade of muscle loss you don't want to face. So if you've been doing any of these 3, stop now. Your body deserves better, safer, smarter training. The truth about muscle growth after 60, here's the reality. Exercise is only 20% of the muscle building equation. The other 80% comes from nutrition, specifically protein. You can do wall push-ups and chair squats perfectly every week. But if your muscles aren't getting the right nutrients to recover and grow, you're not going to see progress. That's why I've created something special for you. A complete high-protein meal plan designed specifically for seniors who want to reverse muscle loss. This isn't a cookie-cutter diet. It's over 93 easy-to-make recipes customized to fuel muscle growth at any age. Every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks is balanced to give your body exactly what it needs to build and maintain muscle. Click the link in the pinned comment or check the description box below to get instant access to all the recipes. And before you go, don't miss tomorrow's video. I'll be revealing the #1 supplement most seniors are missing. A deficiency that could be silently blocking your muscle growth, no matter how much protein or exercise you do. But only subscribers will get the alert when that video drops. So, subscribe. Tap the notification bell, be ready tomorrow. You've just learned the 2 best exercises to fight sarcopenia, the 3 worst ones to avoid, and the truth about what your muscles really need to grow. Now, it's time to take action. Do your wall push-ups, practice your chair squats. Fuel your body the right way. Your strength is still in there. Let's bring it back starting today.